Scene one, Apple, take one.
You wanna get high?
That's right.
She caught me smoking. Ooh, she caught me smoking. Ooh, she caught me smoking, smoking. Ooh, she caught me smoking. Ooh, she caught me smoking. Ooh, she caught me smoking. It's a motherfucking podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into Oops Caught Me Smoking. Another week, another episode. I hope everybody has a great, had a great Christmas. Hope everyone got all the presents you ever wanted, all the stuff you ever wanted. I don't know. I don't want to say a lame Christmas, but it was a really good Christmas. It was more like a family Christmas. It was less concentrated on gifts this year and more about actually just spending time with family because we rarely ever get to do that nowadays. So with the whole COVID thing going on and I guess there's a whole new strain that showed up in Colorado. It was started over in Europe and now it's made its way here. I guess it travels faster. But I don't think they said it's. I think it's less. I don't know. I don't want to say less dangerous. There we go. It's less dangerous, but it travels faster. But it's already in Colorado. We already have new strains mutating, and COVID is going to run the world here in about 6 months. We were back on full lockdown. Not full lockdown. We still work, but barely. We're barely working. Me and my fiance both. We're just like everybody else. But luckily, we're one of those cheapskates that don't like to spend money. So we are able to pay all of our bills during this crisis, I guess. If you can call it a crisis. I guess it's a crisis for most people. But you all have their COVID relief on your way. So your $600 should get you through 2 weeks of rent. I honestly think they should have gave you guys more. But it is what it is at this point. But unemployment benefits are still going up. But I guess you guys still get that $300 every week. I guess everyone's going to get that $300 and attached to your unemployment every week. So that's cool. At least they're trying to make up for what happened. Because let's be honest, we haven't been working since March. Most of us haven't been working since March, and we're just now finally getting relief. So hopefully everyone saved your pennies, and luckily no one's getting evicted. But still, that sucks for the landlords because how are they going to come up with all that rent at the last minute? So there's got to be some kind of relief. I'm hoping there's going to be relief for like landlords out there for apartment complexes and all that good stuff. But who knows? Because if not, they're out all that rent that people can't pay. But it is what it is at this point, guys. We're all in this together. You think we had the home stretch, but like I said, we had the whole new mutation thing going on. So, well, I guess we'll see where COVID brings us. We have vaccines out now. A lot of stuff's happened since we've been away, since on our Christmas vacay. Like I said, hope everyone had a great Christmas. And, yeah, fucking new strains of COVID. That's about it. NBA season kicked off, which is awesome. Awesome. I got new Laker gear, so you'll be seeing this Laker hat more often. It's taking the place of the Lions hat. You're welcome. Sorry, Lions, but you guys kind of sucked it up this year, so I can't support you in the off season, and it's basketball season now, so it's Laker time. It's time for the Lakers. It's Laker time. That was just my vape, not weed. It's not weed. It's just vape. I do have some weed going on, as you can see from the YouTubers, as you YouTubers can see from the slideshow that's going on right above. I can't. It's there. You see it. I'm trying to point to it, and I can't do it. This mirror image is not working out for me. left is right, left up is down, or actually up is up and down is down, but left is right, and it's just weird. It just weirds me out. Anyways, guys, I think we're gonna jump right into. I wanted to jump into something real quick before I went into the weed. I know I got started in that whole COVID tandem thing. I hope if you got a PS5, if you need a PS5, I hope you got one. I didn't get one yet. I have not gotten one yet. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm gonna wait it out. I like to wait it out and see what happens, because you always get the PlayStations. Like I bought an Xbox 360 once I bought an Xbox 360 as soon as it came out. That was the only time I ever bought a console as soon as it came out, was the Xbox 360. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I had to send that thing back twice. So ever since then, because I got the red ring of death and blah blah and all that good shit, you get the red ring of death on the 360, your 360's fucked. You got to send it in and get it repaired. That's all there was to it. And I had to do that twice. So I stopped. So after this second time, I cut my losses and bought a PS5. Or not a PS5, but a PlayStation. I traveled forward in time to get a PS5. But no, I think it was a PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2. Maybe it was a 3. It might have been 3. I don't know. Either one of those two. But I traded my Xbox in for one of those. And then I've been on a PlayStation kick ever since. I love PlayStation. I've never had a problem with PlayStation. Never. Not once in my life. But I also learned my lesson. You don't buy consoles as soon as they come out because bugs need to be worked out. So I usually wait about 6 months to a year anyways after the console releases to buy it. And plus it drops about $200 in price also. So that's the cheapskate me. The cheapskate way of getting a PS5. Or yeah, if you might just be able to go buy a used one after about a year. People might just get sick of it and just, I don't know. It's been known to happen to get used ones like within 6 weeks of the release. Like, I bought this and you can't return them. Once you buy a PlayStation, you can't return it unless it's broken. But anyways, hope everyone got all the presents that they wanted. Hope all the kitties out there had Santa bring them all the presents they wanted. And I hope everyone had a great Christmas. Hope you got to see the family that you didn't get to see on Thanksgiving. Because we did. We sat out Thanksgiving, but we weren't going to sit out Christmas. So, all is well, though. No one's sick. So, luckily, we're good to go. And we got to see family for the first time in fucking months. It's been crazy. But we've been keeping in touch on Facebook and Messenger and video chat and all that good stuff. Zooming it out, getting some Zoom. Zoom's a very, very important tool to have. Because some of like my grandparents, they know how Zoom works, because as soon as Zoom's installed on your phone, if someone calls you on Zoom, then it just pops up. I guess you can call people on Zoom and it just pops up on their phone. So that's how I call my grandma, or I just use Messenger and use the video chat at Messenger. Sometimes she can't figure it out and she just has to press accept. Yeah. So sometimes I get a video and sometimes I just get audio. But yeah, that's how that works out. But yeah, like I said, hope you got to see all their family and all that good junk. And also, we are now on TikTok. I wanted to throw that out there real quick. We are now on TikTok, but I'm sorry, I'm holding stuff up, but I got, I don't want to say banned. But I did get banned. It was like a 24-hour ban on TikTok on my very first post. So apparently we can't put weed footage on TikTok. So I don't know if I'm going to be utilizing that so much. Maybe, I don't know, I'll come up with something to put on there. I'll do something with it. Like a wasted platform? No, not this guy. I'll try and get something going on it and see what we can do. But anyway, so yeah, go check out TikTok.com/oopscaughtmesmoking, all one word. And go hit that up. There's no videos on there. There is one video on there, but it says banned. So it got taken down. I don't even know if it's up there anymore. But we're trying to figure out new stuff. New social media platforms. We tried that. I looked at that, what's that Parler. And Parler, man, you got some coming up to do. If you want people to actually take it seriously, like Facebook. Parler is basically everything that I hate about Facebook. It's Parler. Everything that I hate about Facebook is on Parler. So I'm not on there. Don't like it. I don't like Parler. But we've been TikToking, twitching. We're twitching over here. We're over here fucking twitching. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start streaming video games on Twitch. So I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Might be doing that. That'd be kind of cool. I do play a lot of video games, like a lot of Madden, a lot of NBA 2K. I really don't get into RPG games, which is, I know, a real big thing on Twitch. Like, a lot of people do that on Twitch. But a lot of people play 2K also. Not so many people play Madden. I don't see too many people streaming Madden on 2K. On Twitch, on 2K. Obviously. I don't see a lot of people playing Madden on 2K. I did it again. You know what I'm talking about. But who knows? Maybe I'll start streaming some Madden, playing some Madden, which I don't know. I got that for Christmas. I got Madden for Christmas. It was $30. It was a $30 download. $30 download. But anyways, speaking of Christmas gifts, I wanted to jump into this real thing, and I wanted to say, I used to not like these. Here, a little closer. It's green. It's nice. Nice little color tint to it. But it's a nectar collector. It's a silicone nectar collector, obviously. It's got a little compartment where you can put you can store your nectar, your dab, whatever you're dabbing, your wax, shatter, crumble, whatever. You can put it right in there. Travel size. It's travel friendly. But these things are kind of cool. And I'm not because of this. I won't ever use this. Sorry, guys. I advise you not to use these. But to each his own. If you want to, do it. If not, don't. But I wanted to show you this real quick because I used to hate these things. Like, these things were I thought they were such a piece of crap. But then I got this for Christmas as a stocking stuffer. It's a silicone nectar collector, and it breaks down. You know, it has spots where you can just break it down and clean it out. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm like, I'll give it a shot. You know, it's worth a shot. And let me tell you guys, I smoked 4 grams of diamonds through this, and I got about almost another gram of reclaimed diamonds that I got through this nectar collector. This is all reclaimed that I cleaned out of the nectar collector. All that reclaimed that gets melted but doesn't get vaporized into smoke, it's all right there. So I got like a good gram of reclaimed diamonds, which is amazing. And these things, and I'm going to show you real quick I'm show you YouTubers out there real quick how to clean them. It's not hard. You just take the nail off right here and just pop it right out. Make sure you got a wax tray. I have a special tray for wax and for weed. This way I don't get them mixed up. And then you just take your little thing right there and then watch. Watch this little goober I pick out of this thing. Look at that. That's all unclaimed diamond right there. That's all unclaimed diamonds. That's going to go through Luca. Because I'm not going to smoke reclaim. That's just not going to happen. But I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. These things are really awesome. I mean, they're easy to clean. If you're into that, I was huge into glass. Like, glass was awesome. Glass was my thing. Like, I wanted glass. Glass, everything. Glass is pretty. Well, glass is not pretty after you smoke out of it 4 or 5 times. It's not pretty anymore. So I suggest that if you dabble with nectar collectors and want to get back some of that reclaim and without melting, without using a lot of heat and blowing through your nectar collector a lot, these things are prime and they're very easy to clean. You just saw what I did. And it's clean. You can't really see in there. I don't know. Can you? Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, you can't really see in there. But it's clean. Just I picked out that one big goober, and that was it. So yeah, $20. Not too shabby for a $20 stocking stuffer. This thing will travel friendly, and it will save you a lot of money on wax and diamonds or whatever you shatter, whatever you smoke out of here. It's very easy to clean, and you can get a lot of reclaim through it. So all you reclaimers out there, all you people out there that smoke concentrates and like your reclaim, these things are bomb for doing that. Like I suggest smoking those. I'm not even going to use my glass piece anymore because I'm just wasting a lot of reclaim. I'm just wasting so much reclaim using the glass piece. These are where it's at for nectar collectors. Unless you have like cats are going crazy. I don't know if you heard that, but the cats are going nuts. We have 2 female cats and they do not like each other. But yet they won't ever leave each other alone. They're always in the same room and they hate each other. I don't get it, but they fight a lot. But yeah, if you're into nectar collectors, guys, if you're into reclaim, if you don't do reclaim and you just want to be pretty, then go get a pretty one. Like I want to say a honeybee, like those honeybee eggs, those shaped eggs, which you can't find anywhere. They're like $300. Go look them up. They're like $300, but they're worth the buy. Don't break it though. They're like $300, but yeah, don't break them. Those are really good. They're shaped like an egg and they have a nail on the end of it. They're shaped just like this, but it looks like an egg. And they're awesome. My brother has one and he turned me onto them and I'm like, I want one now. But these are where it's at, to be honest with you. I'm going to use this forever. And if I can't use, and when it dies, I'll just go buy another one. For $20, you can't go wrong. So much reclaim. Look at that. Like, I am still astounded by that. Look at that. All that reclaim. That's like 1.5 grams of wax of reclaimed diamond. Amazing. So that's cool. I wanted to show you that stuff. That's pretty cool. I was very amazed when that happened. I was like, I'll give it a shot, and then it got clogged. Like, I'm like, great, this is why I don't want to use it. And I got clogged, and then I was just like, I pulled out a big booger of fucking reclaimed diamonds. I'm like, oh, this is why. And I'm like, I love it. I instantly loved it. Saves you a little bit of money. So there you go, guys. Now that we're into the episode, we're into everything, and we're getting everything all started and going. I want to get into a little bit of Q&A real quick before. Well, you know what? Let's roll some beautiful weed footage first. Roll it.
White Russian is a hybrid marijuana strain made by crossing White Widow and AK-47. This strain produces euphoric and cerebral effects that will leave you feeling relaxed and locked to the sofa. White Russian is an extremely fragrant plant, with aromas of sweet fruit and skunk. At one point, White Russian was considered to be the strongest strain in the world. This strain placed in the best overall category of the 1996 Cannabis Cup. Effects range from happy, euphoric, uplifted, relaxed and creative. This strain may also help with stress, anxiety, depression, pain, and insomnia.
So there you are, guys, some beautiful weed footage. We got some White Russian here for you. Some White Russian. Now, I know what you're saying. Dan, I had comments. I have comments. I have questions coming in left and right from every which way. They're throwing questions and comments at me everywhere. So, and I hear you. I do. I hear you. And a lot of them are saying, Dan, you're showing us weed that no one can really afford. And I hear you. I hear you guys. Like, $60 an eighth, that's, if you're an avid smoker like me, $50 or $60 an eighth, that's not a lot. That's not a lot of weed, and it's a lot of money. Like $120 a quarter, that's a lot. $200 for a half, that's a lot. It's a lot of money. I understand that, and I feel you. So today, I brought you something that's a great strain, to be honest with you, as you can see from the beautiful weed footage that I just rolled for you, and from the slideshow for the YouTubers out there. So, and I brought a little something that's not going to break your wallet. This is $20 an eighth. Now, I know what you're saying. Right off the get. I hear you. You're turning this shit off right now, Dan. Fuck you. $20 an eighth? I know. It's not. No. Hear me out. Hear me out. This is 21% THC, and it's $20 an eighth. And it's white. It's called White Russian. And it's fucking bomb, dude. To be honest with you, it is, for $20 an eighth, it's a steal. This is a steal. Like I'm so going back on Monday and copping an ounce of this. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. For $20 an eighth, this is a steal. And it's really, for $20, it's really good. I mean, I've got $20 shit from other dispensaries, and let me tell you, this shit swag. Straight swag. Tastes like dirt. It's not good. It gives you a headache, and it just puts you to sleep and gives you a headache. That's all it does. And it's straight freaking swag. Unless you're gonna press it into shatter, it's not good. There's no point even buying it, because it's just gonna piss you off. I still have a half ounce of it in the basement. I have no intentions of smoking. I'll probably put like some orange peels or something in it and let it revive, and probably press it, to be honest with you, and get a little bit of wax out of it. What little wax I can get out of it. Because it's not even worth smoking. It tastes like dirt. It's not even earthy. Like, not even an earthy taste. It tastes like you put a handful of dirt in your mouth. I'm not going to tell you where I got it. I'm not going to tell you what strain it is. But I'm just saying, be aware. There are some strains out there that are $20 an eighth that are just crap. But this is not one of them. This White Russian is not one of them. This is probably the best strain I've had, the best bang for my buck. So here we go. If you have something rolled up, packed up, you know what to do. You know what time it is. I ain't got to tell you anymore. Let's do this. Cheers. Like, it doesn't taste bad. It tastes really, really good. I don't want to say citrusy. It does kind of have an earthy tone to it, but it doesn't taste bad. I want to say it's more of a piney taste to it. But it goes down, it's smooth, it stinks. It will stink it'll stink whatever room up you're in. It might even linger outside of the room and go out into your house. So be careful where you smoke, high smoke. Just make sure no one that you want around is not around. Just make sure that no one's around that you don't want around. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, so good. It is a little harsh. I'm not going to lie to you. It has that little harsh to you. I suggest a bong. I prefer a bong anyways. But to each his own, I guess. But yeah, it's not going to put you in the couch either. Like, you're going to be able to do stuff. It's mostly indica, but I don't know. It's a weird indica, to be honest with you. It's mostly an indica, but it's not. It doesn't give you couch lock. Like, it'll give you creativity and you'll want to do stuff. But it acts as a sativa, if that makes sense. It's an indica, but it acts as a sativa. So, to be honest with you, first time I smoked it, before I looked it up, I thought it was a sativa, because I didn't want to go to sleep afterwards. Because most indicas, when you smoke, especially if they're a high THC level, you're going to be dick in the dirt and take a nap. That's what you're going to want to do. So indica at night, sativa during the day. If you're more of a day smoker, sativa. Sativa is where you want to go. If you're a night smoker, indica, and then go to sleep. And smoke some indica, eat some cookies, and go to sleep. But anyways, I wanted to jump into some FAQ. So I haven't answered any questions from the audience from a long, long time, and I apologize for that, because it's kind of part of what I do here. So you guys send in questions and I'll answer them to my best ability. Like I said, I am not a professional grower. I'm a professional smoker. That's it. I smoke a lot of weed, and I'm not a doctor, so I can't answer medical questions for you. I can't. I do have some growers. I have some friends that are growers that are going to be on the show. Speaking of which, before I jump into some Q&A, I have another show coming out. We're going to dump the Monday morning wake and bake, and I think we're going to put the Oops Caught Me Smoking main show on Mondays. We're going to move that to either Mondays or Tuesdays. And then we're going to have the Saturday smoke session where I'm going to have a guest from a podcast, a grower, an artist, a musician. If there's any musicians out there that want to come onto the show, have a little smoke sesh with me, drop some music, hook me up. Like, let's do it. Let's hook up and let's do this. Let's get it up. I love music. I love like underground music, hip hop, rock and roll. If you're into that, if you're a country singer, I'll listen to you, but I'm not going to promise I like it. I'm not a country fan. I'm not a country music fan, but I will listen to you. I will give you a shot. I'll give anybody some time, some promotion time. There we go. That's the word. Some promotion time. So yeah, we have the Saturday night smoke sesh. I do have a guest lined up for next week. So we will be recording on Friday night, and I'll be uploading on Saturday. So it should be ready for Saturday afternoons. So look out for the Saturday smoke sesh coming next week. And plus, we do have another podcast in the works. I do have a co-host all lined up and ready to go. And all we have to do for that is shoot the first episode. So as soon as that's done, I'll start telling you guys about it, and we'll start throwing some advertisements out there for it. So we do have a new podcast coming out. I do have a co-host for that said podcast, and I do have a new show coming out for Oops Caught Me Smoking called the Saturday Smoke Session. I need to hit the bong again. Oh, and also for you 420 podcasters out there, you marijuana fans, you marijuana advocates like me, go check out the group 420 Podcasters on Facebook, and hopefully we can get there's already a lot of 420 based podcasts on there, and they're pretty good. So go check those out, and go check out that group. I'm just dropping that on there. Go check out the 420 Podcasters group on Facebook. If you like to listen to weed podcasts like mine, or if you have a weed podcast, then go ahead. Come join the community. But anyways, we're going to drop in some FAQ real quick. And I did see this right off the get, and I wanted to hit the nail on the head right now. So this is the first question I'm going to read, and I'm going to just get it out of the way. And it says, do you think weed leads to other drugs? And my answer to that is no. I don't think that marijuana leads to other drugs. What I think leads to other drugs are the people that you surround yourself with. If the people around you are doing harder drugs, chances are you're probably going to try it. So my answer to that is I do not personally believe that marijuana leads to other drugs. No, I don't. I think the people that you surround yourself with leads to other drugs. If you have friends that are doing coke, chances are you're probably going to try it. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying. Chances are you're probably going to try it. I mean, that's what happened to me. I have fell into some friends that I probably shouldn't have. God willing. Bless their souls. I really hope they're on to bigger and better things, but I really don't talk to them anymore. But that was the people that I surrounded myself with that put me in that situation, that made me that didn't make me. It was completely on me, to be honest with you. Every choice you make is on you. You have that option to say no. But I'm just saying the people that you have surrounded by you is a big influence on what you do, whether if you like it or not. So just surround yourself with good people. And that's basically all I'm saying is, like, no, I don't think marijuana leads to other drugs. I think the people that you surround yourself with are the things that lead you to it. I mean, if you're just hanging out in the basement with a bunch of friends smoking weed, you're just not going to, and no one does cocaine down there, you're just not going to go and buy a gram of coke and just start fucking snorting it. You're not going to do it. You're not going to. And if you have a friend that does coke, and I'm just using cocaine as an example, guys. And if you do have a friend that does coke and he comes over and he starts doing coke and he offers you some coke, chances are they're going to be like, nah, why not? I'm going to try it. He's doing it. Nothing's happening to him. Let's try it. And the chances are that's going to happen. So no. I think who you surround yourself with leads to other drugs. That's my answer. Question number 2. Let's see. Have you ever hallucinated off of marijuana? Once. My very first time I ever smoked weed was the only time I ever hallucinated off of weed. I wasn't like seeing stuff. Like I wasn't seeing pink elephants and bunny rabbits hopping around. Like it wasn't like mushrooms or acid. I've never done acid. I have done mushrooms, but I've never done acid. But on mushrooms, you do see things. You know, your mind kind of plays tricks on you, and it's kind of cool, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie, it's fun. It's like pressing a reset button in your mind. I'm not saying go out and do a bunch of mushrooms, guys. And I'm not condoning that. Don't do that. But I am saying that if you're gonna do a hallucinogen, mushrooms are probably the way to go. They taste like shit, but they're probably the way to go. They're natural. They grow from cow poop. If you didn't know, that's what you're eating. It grows from cow shit, and you eat it. So just so you know, that's what mushrooms are. I think everything grows from cow shit, though. Everything grows from manure. All crops grow from shit. So it's basically nothing different. It's just fungus. I don't suggest picking it off the shit and then eating it. I suggest cleaning it first and then eating it, you know. But yes, I have hallucinated off of weed, and it was my very first time, and it was the only time I ever did it. I ever hallucinated. And it was just like the floor was wavy. That's all it was. It was just like everything was wavy. Like everything was just moving like this. Like it was relaxing, to be honest with you. I just sat in the chair and just zoned out for like a half an hour, and then I ate some food and went to bed. That's what marijuana leads to. You know what marijuana leads to? Junk food and bedtimes, and early bedtimes. That's what marijuana leads to. And maybe some video games. But yes, the answer to that question is yes, I have hallucinated off of weed, but once, and it was the first time, the only time. The next one is cartridges. Ooh, touchy subject. What is your take on cartridges? My take is go buy it from a dispensary yourself. That way you know it's tested, you know where you got it, and you know where you got it from is legit. That's my take on them. Don't go get it from a friend. Don't go get it from a friend of a friend. And don't buy half carts. Because like I said, and I think I said in one of my last podcasts, they can be refilled. All you got to do is screw off that top and empty it out, and you can put anything you want in there. So my takes on carts is I like them. I do. I like carts. They are convenient, and you can pretty much take them anywhere. And just personally, go get them from the dispensary yourself. That's my personal take on it. That way you know what you're getting, and you know where you got it from, and you know what's in it. So, and what's your favorite kind of? My favorite brand of cart is the Elite brand. They're usually $40 a cart, but they taste really good. They taste like weed, like the plant. They don't taste like the flavor that they say they are. They taste like the plant it is. So my favorite brand would be Elite. If not Elite, then I would go with Presto. Presto's a good one. And if not Presto, then there's a brand right out here, straight out of Michigan, that I rarely ever use. But you can look those guys up. If you're in here in Michigan, you probably already know where they are. But I can't think of the name to save the life of me right now. But they're Michigan based. Their cards, their profits, like a certain percentage of the profits will go to like breast cancer or lung awareness or something like that. So a percentage of their proceeds go to a charity of something. So yeah, but my favorite brand is Elite. I would go with Elite. A little pricey, but worth it. You won't have to hit it so many times. Okay, next one. Do you prefer rolling or bowls and bongs? Well, honestly, I prefer bongs. I prefer bongs. I have asthma. That's why I prefer bongs, because if smoking through water filters out most of the tar and stuff that goes through when you just burn a joint or a blunt. I do like the occasional blunt and joint every once in a while, but most of the time I'm smoking on a bong because I like to filter my weed through water. That way I don't get all the nastiness. Well, you still get some, but it's not as bad. It filters out all the tar and shit of a unnecessariness that you don't need. So yes, I prefer bongs. My thing is bongs. And if I'm doing dabs, I prefer this thing now. Or my trusty friend Luca. I do love Luca. He's downstairs. It's a dab rig. So rigs. So basically with concentrates, anything. Nectar collectors or rigs, anything. I'll smoke out anything for a concentrate. But I would prefer a rig. I would prefer a rig like my Luca, which he's downstairs sleeping. He's got to get clean tomorrow. He's gross. Oh, and now on to the next question. We don't have that. When did you start smoking? Honestly, I was a late bloomer. Like most weed smokers started smoking when they were like 13, 14, 15. I didn't start smoking until I was like 17 or 18. I was late. I was a good kid up until my teenage years, and then shit went south. Not really south. I just started experimenting more. But yeah, I was like 17 or 18 when I started smoking. When I smoked my first joint of Chiba. And the funny story about that is that when I first started smoking, I used to smoke in front of the mirror in the bathroom. For some reason, I wanted to watch myself get high just in case some shit went down. I wanted to see it for some reason, because seeing it would have stopped it, I guess. I don't fucking know. Let's share a little story with you. Hold up. Wow. But yeah, like I said, it's a little harsh, but yeah, this is really, really, really good. Some White Russian is good. But yeah, I'll share a little story with you about my very first time smoking, and then I'll tell you about my second time smoking, because that was the highest I've ever been in my entire fucking life. But my first time was I was staying at my dad and his girlfriend's for the weekend. And he was going out. He used to be on a pool league at a bar. He used to shoot pool on a pool league. And he had to go play pool, and he was rolling up a joint to take on the road. You know how stoners do. He was rolling a to-go joint, and he messed up the first one, and then he kind of just left it on the counter. And he looked at me and he goes, "Dan, if you can fix this, you can smoke this." And I was just like, well, I've never smoked. I had never smoked weed before. Like, I've been around it, but I've never smoked it. Damn, excuse me. And then, so he goes, "Dan, if you can fix this, you can smoke this." And I was like, whatever. I straight up told him, like, it'll probably be there when you get home, because I'm probably not going to touch it, Dad. And he's like, okay. So then he left it there and he rolled up another joint, and then they took off. He took off to go do his pool thing. And then I sat there for like most of the night. I didn't even look at it. Didn't even try to look at it. And then I kind of got curious. And then I kind of got curious. I looked at it and I was like, well, you know what? I'll be nice and I'll fix it for my dad. You know, I've never rolled a joint before. I've rolled cigarettes because we used to take when we were younger. We used to take cigarette butts out of our grandparents' and ashtrays and then roll up and twist the butts out and then roll up the tobacco, and that's how I learned how to roll. And I was like, well, you know what? I'll fix this. Yeah, it's gross. I'm sorry. It's gross, but we were teenagers and we needed nicotine. See, that's the real bad habit right there. But anyways, that's how I learned how to roll. So I went up there and I grabbed the joint and I fixed it, and it was still terrible, but I tried to fix it and it was together, and I put it on the counter and I was like, there you go, Dad, you know. And then blah 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 blah. This is when the internet was dial up. So I would go, and chat rooms were a thing. So now I just go on, and I got on Yahoo and I started, chatting it up with my friends, or on AOL or whatever the fuck we used back then, and we just chat up with my friends and all the other people that we met from online. And then I don't know why, but I asked one of my friends about it, and he goes, I'm like, I have a joint sitting here, and he goes, man, I wish I had a joint. And I was like, well, I have one sitting right here. I'm like, well, fuck it. And so I grabbed it and I went into the bathroom and I sparked it up and I sat in front of the mirror and watched myself get high. Just in case something happened, I watched myself get high. I took about 3 or 4 hits off that joint. My very first time smoking, mind you. Took 3 or 4 hits off that joint and I was fucked up. Like I said, my very first time smoking was the only time I ever hallucinated. And it was amazing, but it was like wavy. It was all wavy like this. like I said, the whole floor was all wavy. So it felt amazing. And I would just get online and I go, I'm so high. I'm so stoned. I'm lit. I don't think lit was a thing back then. Or I'm high as fuck or something like that. Or I would just chat on the internet. And I would chat it on the internet for like an hour. And then I ate some food. And I went to bed. And then my dad came home probably like an hour later. An hour after I fell asleep. And then he goes, damn, he's in bed already? Because it was still early. It was like 10:30 at night. It was still early. 10:30, maybe 11 o'clock at night. And then my dad's like, damn, he's in bed already? And then his girlfriend goes, yeah, because he smoked that joint. And she pointed to the counter. And the joint was like 3/4 of the way gone. I had relit and started smoking again. So that was my first time ever smoking weed. Yeah, my second time was in a basement with a group of friends. I believe I'm going to use first name basis only, but you guys, if you're listening to this podcast, you know exactly who you are. It was my buddy James, me, my buddy Ken, who was in my fantasy football league this year. Good job, Ken, for winning. Congratulations on that $500. Him. It was my buddy Ken, my buddy Brian, Chris, Jeremy, his brother Kyle, and I think that's it. There might have been 1 or 2 other people. Oh, and my buddy Tim. All 8 of us were in this basement just chiefing the fuck down. I mean, I remember very little about that night. But I just remember a lot of us passing around, I think we had 4 or 5 joints going around at one time, which was pointless because there was only 8 of us. So it was pretty much over and over and over and over and over again. And we just got lit as fuck. We just sat in the basement and laughed and smoked weed for a good 3 to 4 hours. And I remember my friend Brian trying to drive home with my buddy Ken in the back. And he would just be making noises and going, and then laughing his ass off. For some reason, that was hilarious. He would go, poop, and then just laugh his ass off. It was great. And then we got back to my buddy Brian's house where we were staying the night. And I put my head down on a pillow. And I couldn't, after I put my head down on that pillow, I could not lift my head whatsoever. I was sunk into the pillow. Lifting my head was a no-go. I was fine until my head hit that pillow. And I was just like, nope, crashing the fuck out right now. So that was my second time smoking weed. That was a fun time, though. It was a bunch of us just hanging out, chit-chatting, shooting the shit, and getting fucking lit. That was like my second time ever smoking it. I was nervous, too, because I was like, damn, am I gonna OD on this shit? Because back then I didn't know if we could overdose on weed. Because I was like I said, I was like 17. So, yeah, that was good times. Good times. All right, and to our last question, what is your favorite strain? I really don't have a favorite strain, to be honest with you. I think all strains are amazing in their own little special way. But I would have to go, if I was gonna be choosy, I would have to go with like the Wedding Cake or Gary Payton or there's something I smoked a long time ago that it's Lemon Haze. That's good. Those are good. But I would mostly lean towards like a piney taste. Not maybe like a cheese flavor. Like a blue cheese or a head cheese or I don't know, some kind of cheese. But mostly like sativas. Like Gary Payton's a good strain. That was a good weed. I really like that. That was really low on THC. It was more of I don't want to say it was a sativa, but it was like almost, it was kind of even. I think it was like a 70-30, maybe a 60-40. But yeah, I did like the Gary Payton a lot. I'm mostly a sativa person. I don't like indica really, unless I'm going to go to bed soon. And then I'll smoke an indica, and then I'll just zonk right out for the night. But I'm mostly a sativa person. That's pretty much it. I'm a sativa guy. And so I don't know. My overall favorite would have to be the Wedding Cake. I would have to go with Wedding Cake, to be honest with you. And yeah, that's all the questions I got, guys. Thank you for sending in the questions. I do appreciate that. And send in some more. Hit me up on Facebook, facebook.com/oopscaughtmesmoking, all one word. Just go to my group. Just look up groups. You can join the Oops Caught Me Smoking group on Facebook if you want. That's cool too. Hit me up, ask me some questions. I'll put them on the air, do a little Q&A or FAQ. This was an FAQ moment because I get these questions a lot. That's why I think I got like 8 or 9. Maybe like 6 or 7. It might have been like, I don't know. I didn't keep count. But yeah. But send me in some more questions. Let me know what you want to know. Like, I'll send you in some weed. Oh, I'm not going to send you in some weed. I can't do that. All right, guys. That was a little FAQ for you. And I think I'm going to leave you guys with a little hit of the White Russian. I'm fucking high as hell, guys. I always get so stoned on the podcast. I always get so stoned with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hope you like it. If you're not, I'm sorry. But thank you for pressing the play button anyway. Be sure to check us out on YouTube. You can do that for all you people that like to watch the podcast, or if you want to go check out the beautiful weed footage, just head on over to YouTube and watch the podcast over there. And you can see the beautiful weed footage, all the backgrounds, all the new stuff I had going on for YouTubers last time, for my last Christmas episode. It's going to be this is a long episode, guys. Damn. We've been away for so long. I haven't talked to you guys in so long. It's been a very long time. Speaking, I know it's the holidays that just came up and everything. We're in the midst of a pandemic and all that shit. But all these spoiled little brats that fucking Meyer. I'm gonna call out Meyer right now. You need to stop letting these people in. I was grocery shopping at Meyer one day last week, and all I heard was this. And I was in the chip aisle, and I was hearing some commotion from a little girl, and not a little girl. She's like a teenager. And she was basically bitching because her mom was buying her groceries. Because she would have to sit at home and eat instead of going out to McDonald's and all this shit all the damn time. And she was pretty much just complaining about it. And I was like, my parents never bought me... Well, they did buy me groceries, but they never took me to the grocery store and said, pick out whatever you want. Never did that. And this like, God bless her soul, this mother was like in the midst of a pandemic going through the grocery aisle trying to buy her daughter some food. And her unappreciated fucking daughter was going off, spouting out saying, why can't you just give me back my credit card so I can go eat at McDonald's all the time? Well, obviously her mom paid for her credit card. But I don't get it. I was like, what happened to the world where where kids don't appreciate shit anymore? I mean, was I one of those kids? Like, I don't think I was. Like, I really never asked. No, I don't know. We never really ate out when I was a kid. We always ate at home, always cooked. We didn't buy cookies and stuff like that. We made them. It was a lot cheaper to make the cookies than it was to buy them. So we used to just make the cookies. That's how I learned how to cook. It was like, we don't have cookies, but we have the stuff to make it. It wasn't chocolate chips because we never had chocolate chips, but we can make peanut butter. There's always peanut butter in the house. I could always make peanut butter cookies, and that's how I learned how to bake. And that's kind of how I got into cooking. But just to hear it, like, why can't you just give me my credit card so I can just go out to eat all the time? Like, really? In the middle of a pandemic, you want to go out to eat all the time? Like 3 times a day? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Like, the spoiled rotten, man. It just irks me. I don't get how... I just don't get it. I would have been ecstatic if my parents would have took me out to the grocery store and said, pick out whatever you want, and I'll buy it. Whatever you want, and I'll buy it. And instead of picking stuff out, she just sat there and pouted the entire time. And while her mom picked out food for her, which I would not have done. I would have been like, you know what? Fuck you, kid. Get your ass in the fucking car. You ain't getting shit. Fucking starve. Give me a damn credit card, too. I'm going to drop you off at home. I'm going to drop you off at your apartment, and you ain't going to get shit. Enjoy bologna. Enjoy eating bologna sandwiches and taking back pop bottles. That's what's going to happen. That's what I had to do. Ramen noodles came in handy. Ramen noodles were cheap and they were filling. Not too good for you. Not the greatest in nutritional facts, but they did the trick. You know, it filled you up and it got you through the day. I survived off ramen noodles for years. For years. Being broke and living on your own. It's not an easy thing to do. And I was appreciative every time my grandparents or my parents would just drop off food. So here, we got some food for Christmas and Thanksgiving. I'm taking all of it. I don't do it so much anymore because I really don't have to worry about eating. But when I did have to worry about it, Christmas and Thanksgiving, I would take everything. What I could put in a bag, I would take with me. And I survived for like 2 to 3 weeks after Thanksgiving and Christmas. I ate good for November and December. For the second half of November and all of December. So, like, I don't know. Appreciate your parents, guys. If they're going to buy you food, appreciate it. You know, McDonald's is not the way to go. McDonald's or Applebee's. I'm like, she wasn't a large kid, but I don't know. Maybe McDonald's wasn't her best suit. Maybe we should pick something else. But yeah, that kind of, it just irked me, and I wanted to tell you guys about that. Like, unappreciative kids. Bastards. If I was like that to my parents, I'm going to apologize to you guys right now on air. If I was ever unappreciative or made you feel like shit, I am sorry. From the depths of my heart. It was not intentional, and if it was intentional, you probably deserved it. I'm just joking. But yep. I think that's about it, guys. I think that's all we're gonna do for this episode. It was a lengthy one. We hung out for a little bit longer. So got a little bit higher. Smoked out. It was okay. It was good. It's good times. Good times. But like I said, I hope everyone has a great Christmas. I had to give you a podcast before New Year's, guys. I had to give you one more before the end of the year. Happy 2021 to you guys. Next time I see you guys, we'll be celebrating 2021 together. Well, we won't be together because I'll be sleeping because I have to work the next day. 4 a.m. comes early. But yeah, this is our last episode for 2020. Good riddance, you fuckhead of a year. Goodbye. Goodbye, 2020. That's all I got to say. Get the fuck out of here. Eat shit. Fucking eat shit of a year. Sucking ass year. This year sucked ass. It flew by. Good thing it went by quick, though. But it just sucked so much. It just sucked. Fuck 2020. Welcome 2021. Fuck you, 2020. I love you guys. Stay up. Peace.
Scene one, Apple, take one.
What time is it? You wanna get high?
That's right.